Good morning, students. In the last lecture, we started the topic difficulties in chronic case taking. It is given by Dr. Hahnemann in aphorism number 95, aphorism number 96 and 97. So, in aphorism number 95, he discussed about the accessory symptoms. Due to long duration of suffering, patient think that some symptoms which he was suffering are part and parcel of their normal functioning of the body. So, they do not share these complaints. For example, if there is loose stool in the morning or bowel habit twice in the morning, feeling exhausted after sleep. So these symptoms are the patient suffering since many days, but he think that these symptoms are part and parcel of their normal functioning. So according to patient, as they think these symptoms are their physical symptoms or their it is related to their health, so they gave minor importance to such symptoms, and they think that these symptoms, it doesn't have any connection to the major complaint or main complaint. So they many times they doesn't give details about these symptoms, but these symptoms are very much important homeopathically because they give for differentiation of medicine to find out the simillimum. Then aphorism number 96, we found or we discussed about what Dr. Hahnemann has given in aphorism number 95. In it, mostly he give explanation about hypochondriac patient, hypersensitive patient, as well as if the patient is having impatience. So in such patients, in hypochondriac patient, due to there is morbid anxiety about their health, and so the patient many times they present with a imaginary illness. It may be due to his nervousness, his imaginary fear, but the patient exaggerate his symptoms and gives us a imaginary illness, imaginary symptoms which are exaggerated than his real state. Then many patients, they are hypersensitive, they exaggerate their suffering because of their oversensitiveness, and they give their symptoms in very much dramatic and descriptive way because they cannot tolerate a little pain, they cannot tolerate a little suffering. So these patients, they also exaggerate their complaints, they give the dramatic or descriptive presentation of their sickness. So in order to induce physician to give them relief, why they are doing such dramatical why they are giving such dramatical image of the disease, or they are giving such descriptive in such descriptive way the symptoms, because they want the attention of the physician They want to induce the physician to give them relief as early as possible, and such patient, they do not fabricate the symptoms. Many times, if the patient is impatient, there is impatience we found in the patient, then we cannot able to find out the proper history. Because of impatience nature of the patient, he doesn't give us a proper history in detail. He only give, or he only explain his main complaints. And all these patients, they want the special attention of the physician. In aphorism 96, it is given that besides this, patients themselves differ so much in their dispositions that some, especially the so-called hypochondriacs and other persons of great sensitiveness and impatient of suffering, portray their symptoms in too vivid colors in order to induce the physician to give them relief, describe their elements in exaggerated expressions. So the thinking of the patient, or the patient thinks that if he explain his symptoms, he explain his elements in exaggerated way with too vivid colors, then the physician give more attention towards him, and the physician give him relief early. So to they want the attention of the physician, so many times they exaggerate their expressions. A pure fabrication of symptom and sufferings will never be met with in hypochondriacs, even in most impatient of them. Means we never get a pure form of symptoms. We always, in hypochondriac patient, in oversensitive patient, or the patient who is impatient, who have impatience, in such patients we cannot get a pure form of disease, pure disease symptoms, but always we get the disease symptoms in exaggerated manner. A comparison of the sufferings they complain of at various times, when the physician gives them nothing at all, or sometimes quite unmedicinal, proves this plainly. But we must deduct something from their exaggeration. At all events, ascribe the strong character of their expressions to their excessive sensibility, in which case this very exaggeration of their expression when talking of their elements becomes of itself an important symptom in the list of features of which the portrait of disease is composed. The case is different with insane person and rascally vagueness of disease. So these persons, the person, hypochondriac person, oversensitive persons, these, they are not the insane person, but they want special attention of the physician, and they think that if they give in such exaggerated way their complaints, then they easily get the physician's attention, and they get relief early from his complaints. So they explain their disease condition, their symptoms in such way. Then in aphorism number 97, Dr. Hahnemann give again which difficulties it may come while treating the chronic cases. Some patients avoid describing their symptoms or describe symptoms in vague terms or argue that symptoms are not of any disturbance due to some reason. Indolence, false modesty, mildness of disposition, weakness of mind. So what happen? Many individual, they do not take much interest in determining or giving their elements. It the reason they may be lazy, there may be lack of interest to give history in detail, due to false modesty. Why to disturb? Many persons, they think that why to disturb the physician. Then due to many times due to the mildness of the physician, mildness of the patient's nature, so they not to trouble others by his, they doesn't want to trouble others or trouble physician by giving or by explaining his symptoms. Many times there may be weakness of mind, so the patient cannot able to recollect all his symptoms. He cannot able to explain all his symptoms because of their weakness of mind. Because of his forgetfulness. Patient think, many times some patients, they think that if he told other than chief complaint, then the physician's attention may divert from the chief complaint. So they do not give or they never give the details of other symptoms. Some patients do not understand need for telling everything about health disease. So these are the patients who doesn't give or avoid to describe their symptoms in detail. They vaguely explain their symptoms, and these are the reasons. That the reason may be there may be the lack of interest or laziness in the patient to explain his symptoms. It may be false modesty, that is the patient think that why I should disturb others by sharing my complaints. It may be the mildness of the disposition. The patient or the person, they doesn't want to trouble others by his by sharing his complaints. There may be weakness of mind, so that the patient cannot remember all the symptoms. And many times the patient, they think that when I explain my complaints, other complaints than the chief complaint, then the physician's mind or physician's attention may divert from the chief complaint. Some patients, they do not felt any need to tell the detailed history of his detailed history about other symptoms. He think that I am suffering from so and so disease condition, so why I there is no need to give history about mental symptoms, my emotions, about my nature. There is no need to give the history. If the person is suffering from rheumatoid arthritis, then he think that why should I give the history about myself, how I am, how my nature was, what are my emotions, how I am feeling, then how my thirst, how my appetite, what about my bowel habits, sleep pattern. So they cannot give the detailed history because they doesn't understand the need of telling all these symptoms to find out the simillimum in homeopathy. In this way, Dr. Hahnemann gave in detail in aphorism number 97 also why some patients they doesn't give the proper history. These patients are also called as stoics. Means stoics are the persons who are some individuals who do not take much interest in determining their elements. Other individuals of an opposite character, however, partly from indolence, partly from false modesty, partly from a kind of mildness of disposition or weakness of mind, refrain from mentioning a number of their symptoms, describe them in vague terms, or allege some of them to be of no consequence. So, they do not give the history in detail. Then in aphorism number, this is about the difficulties which we face while taking the chronic case. So these difficulties we may face while taking the chronic case because in chronic case the patient was suffering from or since a long period, so there may be many difficulties while collecting the symptoms from patient while case taking. Then aphorism number 98. In this aphorism, Dr. Hahnemann gave special guidelines, especially while taking the chronic case taking. We have discussed about special guidelines while taking the case in general, but in aphorism number 98, Dr. Hahnemann discussed about the special guidelines when we are going to take a chronic case. So, what we should do while taking the chronic case? Listen particularly patient's description of his own suffering. We do not interrupt the patient while he was narrating his symptoms, or do not ask anything in between. We should leave some space between two symptoms. We should start the new symptom on a new line so that afterwards when the patient finish his history, the patient finish his explanation about disease or his suffering, then we can able to complete the incomplete symptoms. So listen particularly patient's description of his suffering. Believe in the own expression of the patient to understand disease of patient. So always believe in the expressions of the patient. But many times some patient, especially in chronic cases, some patients they are hypochondriac, as we discussed just now. Many patients they are hypersensitive. Many patients we found impatience in them. So in such patients we may confirm the expressions are real or it is exaggerated, it is somewhat dramatic, the patient was explaining. So always confirm the expressions are real or not, and if the expressions are real, then believe in the own expression of the patient to understand disease of the patient. Then which are the prerequisites while taking the chronic case? So special circumspection, that is physician after careful observation note down everything related to health and disease. This is also we discussed in the general case taking. In general, which are the prerequisites? In that, the physician after his careful observation, after his careful learning of all the symptoms from the patient, his relative, he should write down, he should note down everything related to health and disease of the patient, everything related in the healthy state at the commencement of the disease and at the present state, how he was as a person, how his physical general symptoms and how his mental general symptoms, if there any change, is there any change in his generalities, in his particular symptoms, then it is important to note down these symptoms also. Then he should be cautious and have an examining attitude. Always we should examine the patient properly and our attitude should be in like that way. Then the tact, that is skillful and should have the right perception while taking the case of the patient, while taking the symptoms from the patient. There is skillful and we have a right perception. Then the physician should have knowledge of the human nature. Then caution while conducting inquiry of the patient. We always cross check the patient, never rely on only the history which was narrated by the patient or the symptoms which are given by the patient, but always cross check, always confirm the patient's history with relatives history, always by asking the relatives about the patient, then confirm is the patient is giving history properly, or he is giving history in exaggerated or dramatic way. Then patience of immense degree while taking the case, while note down the case. If the patient is giving history for a long period, he explained, he was giving history or he was giving symptoms in very much exaggerated way, then also the physician should never irritate on the patient. He should have very much patience to listen each and every case carefully without disturbing the patient in between. Now, as certainly as we should listen particularly to patient's description of his sufferings and sensations and attach credence especially to his own expressions wherewith He endeavors to make us understand his elements because in the mouths of his friends and attendants they are usually altered or erroneously stated. So, certainly, on the other hand, in all diseases, but especially in the chronic ones, the investigation of the true, complete picture of its peculiarities demand especially circumspection, tact, knowledge of human nature, caution in conducting the inquiry, and patience in an eminent degree. So, these prerequisites the physician should have before taking the chronic case. He should have the knowledge of special circumspection, he should have special circumspection, he should have tact to perceive what is right, what is wrong. Then he should have the skill to find out the or to collect the symptoms from the patient. He should have the knowledge of human nature. Then caution in conducting inquiry of the symptoms, patience of immense degree. So these prerequisites the physician should have before taking a chronic case. So this is all about the chronic case taking, which is given in detail by our master Dr. Hahnemann from aphorism number 94 up to aphorism number 98. Then we are now started with the topic acute case taking. So acute case taking, it is given or it is explained in Organon of Medicine from aphorism number 99 up to aphorism number 102. We discussed earlier what is acute disease. Also we discussed types of acute disease. Now we learn or we get the knowledge about how to take the case in acute disease condition. In acute diseases, physician should be able to collect 2 points. Which 2 points in acute disease the physician should collect? That is, first one is presenting complaint, that we should take the chief complaint, the presenting complaint, as a complete symptom. That means we should ask the patient about location, sensation, modality and concomitant of the symptom. And secondly, we should collect the information about the features of general level, as if there is any change at the or on the physical plane, that is appetite, thirst, thermal reaction, bowel movement. So, if there are any changes at the physical general level, in appetite of the patient, in thirst of the patient, in bowel movement, in thermal condition, then it is important to note down, because it is very much important to while differentiating the medicine after repertorization. When we get a group of medicine, then for proper to find out the proper simillimum from that group, these symptoms or these things, that is changes in physical general, they are very much important, as well as changes on the medical mental plane. It is also very much important for selection of the simillimum. So which changes, as we have discussed, at physical plane there may be changes in appetite, thirst, bowel habit or thermal state of the patient. Then in at mental plane, which changes it may takes place. So it may be irritability, confusion, fear and restlessness. In all types of diseases, that is individual, sporadic and epidemic, obtained information used to form acute total. So in any type of acute disease, it may be individual acute disease, it may be sporadic or epidemic acute disease, then also we should obtain the information to which is used from acute totality. So what is acute totality? Acute totality is nothing but sector totality plus fixed totality. Then what is sector totality? Sector totality is nothing but characteristic particular. So acute totality means characteristic particular symptoms whatever we get when the patient is in acute violent condition and his fixed general totality. We should consider in acute condition, in acute cases, especially when it is too much violent state. Now aphorism number 99. So in aphorism number 99, Dr. Hahnemann gave comparison between acute case taking and chronic case taking. So case taking in acute is easiest for physician for following reason. That is, deviations from the state of health is fresh in the mind of patient and relatives. Less enquiry is required as everything is detailed spontaneously by patient. So in case taking in acute, why it is easiest for the physician than chronic case taking? Because in chronic case taking there are many difficulties the physician may face while taking the case, which we have discussed just now. So as compared to chronic disease, acute case taking is easy because there is deviation from the state of health is fresh in the mind of patient and relative. So many times in chronic diseases we cannot get all the symptoms because the suffering is of long time and the patient may forgot some symptoms or he may not able to recollect the proper state of his proper state of health before disease condition, at the commencement of the disease condition, as compared to the present state. So in acute disease, this is not, these difficulties the physician should never face because the deviation from the state of health is fresh. Since a short period the patient is suffering from any symptom, and so that the patient as well as the relatives, they give the history of his disease or history of his illness very easily and properly. Less inquiry is required as everything is detailed spontaneously by patient. So the patient gives everything in detail spontaneously as the suffering is violent, the suffering is severe and it was sudden appearance. So with less inquiry the patient himself, he spontaneously give all his symptoms without any without uh, much inquiry. So we get the proper history about the illness in acute disease very easily. Then the physician is also required to know everything about the disease condition, about the patient as well. So in aphorism number 99, it is given that it is very easy to take case in acute disease because all the phenomena and the deviations from the health that has been recently lost are still in the memory of the patient and relatives. Physician wants to know everything in such cases also, but he has much less to inquire into. So, as the case is or the patient is of any type of disease, it may be acute disease, it may be chronic disease. In any type of disease, the physician require proper inquiry about the symptoms. But in acute diseases, as the symptoms are fresh, and so that without missing anything, the patient as well as relatives, they gave proper history about the disease condition. So the physician know or physician get everything in such cases, in acute cases, without much hesitation, with very less inquiry. So in this way, the acute case taking is easy for the physician than the chronic case taking. In acute disease, the presenting complaints are very prominent and impress our sense quickly. So much less time is required for tracing the full picture of the disease. Requires only few questioning, almost everything is self-evident. So, in acute diseases, the presenting complaints, they are prominent, they come before a short time, before a less time, and without much efforts, easily we get the full picture of the disease from patient as well as his relatives. So in acute cases, the physician requires few questionings about everything which is uh, about his suffering, because the patient is getting all his symptoms without much efforts, especially in acute disease condition or acute case taking. Then evolution of symptoms are very quick in acute diseases and the patient remember all of them. As the symptoms or as the suffering is of short duration, then there is no question that patient forgot the symptoms. So in acute diseases, in short duration suffering, the patient remember everything about his symptoms, about his suffering. Any non-causative factor for the explosion of latent sora is to be ascertained, and in acute diseases especially, we have to find out what is the reason behind the acute disease. what is the causative factor behind the acute condition. If you are dealing with an acute condition, limit yourself to dealing with the acute state alone. Do not at the same time attempt to deep into what has been a chronic state. So, when you are treating the acute disease, then only you focus on the symptoms of the acute disease while making the totality or while finding out the simillimum. If the patient is suffering from any chronic disease and there is acute exacerbation in which there is a chronic disease behind it, so we should never focus in such cases on the symptoms of the chronic disease, but we should consider only the symptoms of acute disease. We should only consider the acute state alone, and from that we have to find out the simillimum. So the same it is given here again. Investigation of acute diseases or of such as have existed but a short time is much the easiest for the physician, because all the phenomena and deviations from the health that has been but recently lost are still fresh in the memory of the patient, and his friends still continue to be novel and striking. So, to investigate the symptoms, especially in acute disease, it is not of difficult task. We easily get the clear picture about the disease. The treatment of acute diseases is much easier by the homeopathic mode of treatment, because the manifestation and picture it remain clear to the patient and the physician. So as we get a clear picture of the patient as well as clear picture of the physician, so while treating the acute disease, while treating the acute condition, it is easy to treat such acute diseases because we get the clear picture of the disease. In acute case taking, physician should limit his inquiry to recent deviations from health. So, in acute case taking, we do not go about everything in detail, but mainly we should inquire about the recent symptoms, about the recent illness, recent deviations from health. Since acute case taking require immediate medical intervention, should not waste time in collecting details of constitutional state. Many times in acute diseases, it starts suddenly, and if it is violent in nature, then it may cause much aggravation, much pain in the patient, and after some time, if the violence is too much, then it may lead into then the patient may die, it may lead into death. And if it is not of too violent character, then there is recovery in acute diseases we found. So if the acute disease is too much violent in nature, then acute case taking it require immediate medical intervention. We should first give medical or we should first give or attend the patient and give him relief from his severe acute condition. And we should never waste time, because it may cause harm to the patient, harm to his life. So in acute cases we should never ask the details about his constitution, about all his physical general, mental general, as well as particular symptoms, but we should collect all the chief complaint, all the presenting complaints, and from that we should select the simillimum. Then confine to presentation of case. In aphorism number 213, in acute diseases along with acute physical symptom, observe the mental symptoms also. Means in acute diseases we should consider his acute physical symptoms, his acute mental symptoms or physical and mental state of the patient also while prescribing the medicine. Because if the physical and mental state of the patient is different and we choose the simillimum or we choose the medicine for the treatment, its mental and physical state is exactly opposite to the medicine, then it may we never get the recovery or we never give the relief of the symptoms in our patient. So in acute diseases along with acute physical symptom, observe the mental symptoms also. In footnote of aphorism number 213, it is given that aconite will never effect or cure if the patient is calm, quiet and equable, that is cheerful or easygoing disposition. Aconite, especially in aconite patient, the patients are irritable, and if the patient is too much calm, quiet and very much easygoing nature, very much cheerful in nature, and in acute state we give or we prescribe the medicine aconite, then we should not get the effect of that medicine. Then nux vomica, if the nux vomica, as we all know that nux vomica is too much irritable remedy, and if the patient is mild and phlegmatic, if the patient is calm, then we never get the result when we prescribe the medicine to the irritable person. If the patient is very much happy, very much cheerful in mood and obstinate in nature, and for such patient we give the pulsatilla as it matches with the acute totality, then also we cannot get the proper result or we never get the cure in such patients when we prescribe the pulsatilla to the patient which is against his nature. So always keep in mind, though it is acute disease, then also we should consider his physical symptoms, we should observe his mental symptoms, we should never take the detailed history from the patient about his physical general, about his mental general, but with our observation we should consider these physical as well as mental symptoms, and after considering these symptoms we should prescribe the medicine to the patient. And if the medicine is, when our prescribed medicine is matches with the physical as well as the mental state of the patient, then the action of that medicine is very well. Otherwise we cannot get the proper results, proper effect or proper cure in the patient if it does not match the physical as well as mental symptoms of the patient and drug. So this is given in aphorism number 213, that if there is acute disease, then also we should not ask in detail about the mental and physical general, but with our observation we should consider these symptoms while finding out the simillimum. Then about the diet and regimen also, it is explained in aphorism number 262 and 263, especially in acute diseases, which type of diet and regimen we should advise to the patient. So about food and drink, gratify the patient's desire with regard to food and drink without offering and urging. So we never offer, do you want this kind of food, this kind of food, but we should ask the patient what he desire, what he want to eat. So, and we should try to gratify the patient's desire with regard to food or drink. So, always ask the patient and try to fulfill his desires about the food and drink. Then the friends and attendants should be advised not to put any obstacle in the fulfillment of desires expressed by patient, as these are aroused by the inner subtle voice of the life preserving vital force. So while treating the patient, while observing, when we observe the patient especially in acute disease, then the friends and relatives or attendants should be advised not to put any kind of obstacle, so that we can get the proper expressions of the patient, proper explanation about the disease by the patient as well as his relatives or attendant. The patient desires those things that give palliative relief and merely supply a sort of want. For example, aconite desire for cold water, the slight hindrance or obstruction in removal of disease is overcome by refreshing effect of gratified desire. When, especially in acute disease, when the patient desire any food or any drink, and when we supply them or when we give them the desired food or drink, then it give a palliative relief and we get the results very easily in the form of recovery. So example is given that aconite, it desire for cold water, the slight hindrance or obstruction in removal of disease is overcome by refreshing effect of gratified desire. So as the aconite, it desire for cold water, and when we give cold water to the patient, then it easily remove the obstruction of the disease, and also we can fulfill the desire of the when we fulfill the desire of the or gratify the desire of the patient. Then temperature and clothing. The temperature of the room and the quality of the covering, it must be arranged entirely according to the desire of the patient. How the patient desire the temperature of the room, or how the patient's demand about the clothings, about the coverings, so we should arrange it entirely so that the patient feel better, the patient feel comfortable. Then the patient must be kept free from all over exertion of mind and exciting emotion. The patient, when he or she is ill, then they are free from any overexertion, any mental overexertion as well as physical overexertion, and especially the overexertion of mind or any exciting emotions, they may aggravate the disease condition of the patient. So in this way, up to aphorism number 99, Dr. Hahnemann, he gives a very nicely, he explained about the acute disease, how we should take the case in acute disease, how we should give importance to the demands of the patient, and what is the importance of fulfilling the demands of the patient, especially in acute disease condition. So this is about the acute disease condition. In yesterday's lecture we discussed or we covered the chronic case taking, and in today's lecture we continued with the acute case taking. So this is all about case taking in acute diseases or acute condition, how we should proceed for the case taking and for which things we should give importance and why. So this is discussed in today's lecture, that for which things we should give importance, and in the next lecture we will continue with the acute disease or acute case taking. Thank you.